and along with others like Professor Jack Hawley, David Haberman, all of these wonderful souls from the West have been facilitated by Srivastava Goswamiji. And the West got an opportunity to get an authentic view of what Gaudiya tradition is, what Vaishnavism is, what Hindu tradition is, and therefore his contribution has been revolutionary. Otherwise, there have been various convoluted, narratives about Hinduism, about temples, about Vaishnavism, about Vrindavan, which have permeated all across. And because of that, and interestingly, Radhanath Maharaj has visited Jaisinghera to meet Asim Krishna Prabhu many times, but somehow, by Krishna's divine arrangement, Srivatsaji and Radhanath Maharaj could never meet face to face, including David Haberman was staying for many, many months in Jaisinghera with Asim Krishna Prabhu. But even Radhanath Maharaj could not meet Professor David Haberman also there. So it was all divine arrangement that Professor David and Srivatsaji had to meet Radhanath Maharaj in Govardhan Eco Village, thus proving that this is not different from Vrindavan. So, Srivatsaji, we are very honored by your presence here. And yesterday night, Radhanath Maharaj, who usually retires to his, bhajan ashram early in the morning and doesn't come out after that. Yesterday night at almost 9 o'clock, he came all the way to receive Maharajji at Kamyavan Bungalows, offered him a garland, and then almost 1 hour of Braj Katha was going on. And one of the highlights of that conversation, Radhanath Maharaj told to Srivastava Goswamiji that, when you step your feet at Govardhan Eco Village, I feel convinced that this place has become Vrindavan. And many of you may not be aware that when Radhanath Maharaj had a desire to have Madan Mohan deities installed, it was just a thought, it was a concept, and we also agreed for the concept without knowing what it means. And that was the time when our Shivaji had just come, and it was an Ekadasi day, and the main dwar of Madan Mohan temple was being established on that day. And still, the construction was going at full speed, but no one had any clue about the deities. Everybody was asking me, what is this Madan Mohan temple? Where is Madan Mohan? We don't know. Even the order had not been placed. We didn't know what to do, which way to go. So that was the time Shivaji immediately gave contact of Anup Chakravarti from Madan Mohan Karoli. And thanks to Shivaji's connecting us with Anupji, Shivanand Shyam Prabhu, Mahabhagat Prabhu, Anupam Puran Prabhu, and Rukrabnath Prabhu went to Karoli, and the whole Leela of the manifestation of Madan Mohan Dev began. So he has had a major role to play, even in the appearance of Radha Madan Mohan Dev at Govardhan. So we are very honored by your presence, and as some of you may know, that we are sending out the poster for the Saturday conference, because we thought that since all of these wonderful souls are converging together, and all of them have great desire to improve the state of the holy places in terms of the current degradation which is happening, in terms of people's behavior, in terms of the pollution and the urbanization and rampant changes which are happening. And therefore, as an offering to His Holiness Radhanath Maharaj's 40th sannyas anniversary, we decided that we will have a green pilgrimage conference. And this green pilgrimage conference is going to happen on Saturday, 14th of May, from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. at Govardhan Eco Village, either at auditorium or at yoga shala, a yoga, yoga studio. Mostly it will be an auditorium because although we want to have it in the yoga studio, but because of the air conditioning and other things, we are still considering. So we have invited several counselors from Bombay also, and people from this community are also invited to join. And we will be hearing from some of these doyens who have protected the heritage of the Holy Dham for several decades about how you should actually approach the dhams so that their sanctity can be preserved and protected. So I'm extremely sorry for a long introduction, but also want to add that today evening from 5 to 6, Maharaj ji, Srivatsa Goswami ji will also be giving a katha at Govardhan Eco Village from 5 to 6 in Hindi, and all the community members and brahmacharis are also invited on the glories of Viraji and the glories of the Dham. So today he'll be speaking on the glories of replica of Vrindavan and Mahaprabhu's contribution to this. And tomorrow, since on Monday is worshipable deities Radharaman Dev's appearance day, so tomorrow he will also be speaking on Radharaman Dev. So let us express with full enthusiasm our welcome to Srivatsa Goswami Ji Maharaj.
Vande Guruni Bhaktanishu Vishavataram Tatrakasham Shakti Krishna Chaitanya Sanghatam Namaste Gurudevaya Sarva Siddhi Pradayane Sarva Mangala Rupaya Sarvananda Vidhaya Lavanya Sara Rasa Sara Sukhaita Sare Karunya Sara Madhuracha Virupa Sare Sara Ratikeli Vilasa Sare Shri Radha Vede Mumamana Rakila Sara Kasturi Tilakam Lalata Patale Vakshasthale Kaustubham Nasagre Varamautikam Karatale Venu Kare Kangalam Sarvange Harichandanam Sulalitam Kante Chamukta Lokaste Pariveshito Vijayate Shri Gopal Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamuni Shirupa Sanatana Bhatta Raguna Shri Jiva Gopala Bhatta Dasa Raguna Chaya Bhushaya Paricharo Bandam Nahahoite Veguna Shavi Bhakti Bhagavanta Guru Chaturanama Bahuye Inaki Padavandan Kare Nase Radhe Radhe. Where are you at this moment? Right at this moment. Where are you? Where are we? Our problem is we always feel threatened by the most obvious and the most simple thing. Can there be a simpler question? But your mind started working over time with all your philosophical genius and logical things. My God, we should not fall in a trap. No traps here. All the walls are open. The escape routes are all there. Don't worry. So where are we? In Shridham Vrindavan. Any doubts? Where is this Vrindavan? It's a simple question. Where is this Vrindavan? Is it in the Nitya Golok or is it in a Martya Bhulok? Where is it? It is in the heart. The Vrindavan which is in the heart is manifest in this mundane Bhulok. What is great about it? The whole world is there. But Vrindavan, geographically speaking, is a small tract of land, peninsular, surrounded by river Yamuna. What is great about it? The moment you hear Vrindavan in your wakeful state, in your sleep, or in your dreams, what immediately comes to you? What Vrindavan brings to you? If you ask today, visitor, they say, the moment I hear Vrindavan, I do not think of Vrindavan Vihari, but the lane outside Vrindavan Vihari, which serves fantastic out of the world lassis. And the golgappas and the chaat pakoris out of the world. And for that, I go to Vrindavan every weekend and I jam every single space with my SUVs. For what? For that chaat pakori. You know the glory of Vrindavan? It's a serious matter. If you don't believe this, come to Vrindavan on any Friday evening. You will not find even a space to walk. Any simple Friday, every weekend, is like a Janmashtami crowd. But the glory goes to whom? Vrindavan Bihari. There is something else. Well, if you want to see the Vrindavan from the heart, and the seed of Vrindavan which was planted in the heart is through this process. And that process has been recorded faithfully in Srimad Bhagavatam. Why Vrindavan? And what is Vrindavan? And also how Vrindavan? So all this In British Bhasha, we call them hawas. They are like, haunting spirits. Why, what, when, where, whom. They are hawas, They are haunting spirits. So Bhagavad says something very interesting. The glory of Vrindavan is not in the credit of Vrindavan Biharilal. The credit of glory to Vrindavan does not go to who is sitting in that throne. This is Bhagavad. So I ask, you are shocking. It is a wrong statement. Take it back. Bhagavad said, no, I will not. Dhanyam Vrindavanam Tena. There is only one reason why Vrindavan is glorified. Only one reason. What is that? It's because of a dancer who is not Krishna, who is not Radha, neither any of the glorified Ashtasakis. But there is a female dancer. Because of that, Vrindavan is Vrindavan. So I am completely perplexed. Your faces and your eyes are equally in turmoil. How can Bhagavad steal the glorification of Vrindavan from Lord Krishna? They are interchangeable terms. Because Nam, Roop, Leela, and Dham. These are the only four foundations or dimensions, or what you call it, of the Lordship, of the Absolute. So whatever is in the name is in the name, in the Dham. Whatever is in the form of the Lord is the Dham. So interchangeably unique and one. And Bhagavad is saying the glory belongs to someone else. Do you understand this? I don't understand. That's why I make journeys to Eco Village. That some ecosystem here should be corrected so I can understand. But it is a big ecological problem. As I understand, I don't understand this language which I am speaking to you. I really do not understand this language. But eco, where everything is in right proportions or in good harmony, organic relationships. I do not know how you talk about ecosystem or ecology, but it is nothing to do with ecology. The moment came in the history of time, not in human history, in the history of time, a moment came which was completely unecological. And that was the pure sweet. What is the essential sweetness in physical form? You're all not diabetic, I'm sure. You're all admirers of sweet, I'm sure. Because you can't have such sweet faces unless you enjoy sweet. So what is the most defined, most dense, most clarified form of sweetness? The crystal candy, what we call the mishri. मिश्री समझते हैं? Transparent like a, what you call that, crystal sweetness. So one day, sitting in the Nitya Golok, something went wrong in the ecology. Because ecology is here. Since the whole universe is achieving what they want just by tasting me. The crystal sugar said, whoever wants a little sweetness in the life, it is me. So all the different varieties of taste like bitterness, sour, hot, pungent, they're all removed the moment you put that crystal onto your tongue. So there was a kind of joy. Oh, I'm so sweet, so sweet, so sweet that the whole universe becomes sweet thanks to me. Is a very humble acceptance of one's own qualities. And if that's sweet, accepted it, nothing wrong in it. It is not arrogance, it is not egoistic trait, but acceptance of the reality. But the problem followed. So far, so good. The problem followed. The crystal sugar said, I want to taste myself. The moment this idea came, there was an ecological disaster. People said, sugar can never taste itself. Never. In the physical domain, there is no possibility, zero, zero, and zero to any degree. That means impossible. Not even difficult, but impossible. That is the only thing which is not possible, that the sugar can taste itself. But this sugar has learned something from Napoleon. And he said, in my dictionary, there is no word called impossible. So how to make the possibility of sugar tasting itself? So in the Eco Village, a 3-day conference was organized. Experts who had good in tasting were called from all over the universe, and they deliberated, and the final report was presented to the sugar, crystal sugar, in the world. Read it, through it, because the report said it is not possible. It's not possible. Then the sugar said, have you not tasted sugar? He said, yes, we survive on it. That is our lifeline. But Lord, you cannot. You can make the whole universe sweet. You can fill it. You can drown in your sweetness. You are Akhil Rasamrita Murti. Akhilam Madhuram. Your everything is sweet. Hasanam Madhuram. Vadanam Madhuram. Chalanam Madhuram. Everything is damn sweet. But you can't taste. Because you are an object of tasting, you are not the subject of tasting. You are not a taster, you are a tasting object. And unless you become a taster, there's no possibility of tasting. As simple as that. That is the basic rule. That is the physics, that is the chemistry, and that is the metaphysics of tasting. Sorry. Sorry, my Lord. The Lord will not give up. Come what may. Even I have to make a 180-degree turn, I'm ready. Give me a crash course. How to transform from the object of testing to the subject of testing. This is very simple, but for you it's very good. For us it is very simple. So as a tester, you have to begin with establishing a relationship with whom you want to enjoy the taste. Fine. He said, establishing a relationship is simple, but to sustain the relationship is most difficult act. Is the most difficult. But I will do. However difficult. Don't use the word difficult or impossible anymore. Just tell me what to do. Just tell me what to do. He says, you will have to work hard. You have to work hard to sustain that relationship. But that hard work will be very playful. It will be enjoyable. The sugar bring to joy. That the hard work will be enjoyable. I never heard that. I said, yes, it's possible. What have to do? He said, with whom you feel related, you have to serve him or her. You have to serve. Since I will do that. But there are some finer prints. Seva dharmo paramagyan. The whole process and reality of serving is a deep mystery. Nobody has solved it. Seva dharmo paramagyan. Although seva hi paramo dharma, the ultimate dharma is seva, but that is very mysteriously shrouded. He says, unravel some of it. The unraveling came, he said, seva is mostly done out of compulsion. That seva bears no fruit. Seva is mostly done for show off. Seva is mostly performed because of hypocritic behavior, which is built in the human nature. So he said, what kind of seva I have to do with? There's only one seva. Seva out of love. Seva out of love, if you can do, then only you will be able to taste. And the path of seva, which is playful, is of basically of four kinds. and they were enumerated to the Lord, and everything was prescribed. The Lord said, I'm ready to go and enjoy. He said, it will not happen in Golok. In Nitya Golok, it's not possible because it is Vaikuntha. There are no limitations. And for enjoyment, you will have to limit yourself. And if you pardon us, the most important thing for your tasting is that you have to give up your lordship nature, your Aishwarya, your godliness, you have to forget once for all. And Samanya Manushya Mahatmajam, if you are going to enjoy and play and taste that sweetness, especially with your human friends, then never ever display your godliness. Ordinary kid next block. If you are ready, then only you can. And it is not possible in Golo, it is possible only in Gulo. Only in the Gulo. On the mundane level it is. It's not possible in your absolute domain. Because for tasting, we need these minimum 3 divisions. Tasting, taster, and the act of tasting. All 3 are prerequisites. He said, I accept all your terms and conditions. But tell me where should I go to play and enjoy and taste. Ras Aswad. Kahan karu? So they brought glossy, folders. They searched all the internet search engines. They said, oh, there's a beautiful place in the Alps, pristine. You can ski also there. He said, come on, I'm not interested. Then they thought, he's little urban-minded or something. But he's urban-minded. All is grandeur and everything. All right, then will you go to, say, the real thing, the Big Apple? He said, are you crazy? The people who live in the Big Apple, they run away from it every Friday. And you want to push me in that hell? I want some place which is natural, which is rich in flora and fauna, has a water body, has a mountain. And somebody whispered, he's talking of future, he wants to go to Eco Village. So immediately, Vrindavanam, Ashabhyam Navakananam, etc., etc. Beautiful descriptions of Vrindavan appear in front of the Lord, Golokpati, Vaikuntadipati. And they describe that Vrindavan is enriched in flora and fauna. And the identifiers of Vrindavan is the Mount Govardhan and the river. Where you find these 3 terms together, it is Vrindavan. It is Vrindavan. So the backpack was ready. Because when you go to Vrindavan, you travel with a backpack. Don't take any of the bags. They're very inconvenient. Backpack is convenient, especially for a pleasure hunter. So he hesitated. Who gave you this reference? He says, this is from the holiest of holy books, Bhagavatam. I don't trust it. The religious books always use a hyperbole. They present things in a way which is not the reflection of reality. I want a secular reference. That's where this bloody secularism came into India. He said, I want a secular reference to Vrindavan. Is it worth going there or not? And they searched immediately and they found. Vrindavane Chaitra Rakhadanune Mridu Prabhalo Tarapushpushayye Pashya Sundara Yavana Shri. Oh Lord, how can we describe the beauty of Vrindavan who belittles the God's garden called Chitra Rath Garden, which is in Vaikuntha? The beauty of Chitra Rath Garden is belittled in front of this earthly Vrindavan. And there are beautiful grass, tender grass shoots, and they are more tender than the ones being laid in the back of Madan Mohan right now. And on those tender shoots of grass, there are petals all over showered on the tender grass, and beautiful gopis are walking. The moment Krishna heard that the beautiful gopis are walking on that grass petal Vrindavan, he jumped. He did not think twice, he jumped. When he jumped, he realized he held his ears. That's why his Lord's ears are a little longer, because he pulled, And for him, I pulled also a lot of times, so mine have also become a little longer. So he pulled very heavily. He pulled like this, he pulled like this, and he pulled like this. He said, never again in my life. And you can imagine Lord's life. Never again in my life, never I will do this. What will you not do? Never trust the promotional literature. You are laughing, it was a question of life and death for this vacationer, for the taster. Because the mama with the open sword was waiting for the arrival. And that is the playground for Rasa. Huh? Because they were sad. He was told that you take birth in your mama's place, in Nana's place, because in India, the baby, when it is born in mother's place, there's more joy, more celebration than in husband's place. Isn't it true? The mothers are here, they will vouch for me. But Krishna had a dramatically opposite experience. So he said, thank you very much, Kalidas. The secular reference was from Raghuvansha. Thank you very much, and thank you, Bhagwan. Enough of your recommendation. He saved his life somehow. You know how he saved. If we were in place of Lord Krishna, will we take our backpack down in that ecologically upside down situation? Where not only the mamas are the killers of the infants, but the forests are on fire. Tornadoes roaming the space. Water bodies are the streams of purest poisons. Political system was completely tyrannical. Economy was with dogs. On the name of religion, exploitation. Whatever you can imagine as a manifestation of ecological system, it was all upside down. All upside down. Earth was polluted. Will you spend your vacation there? Will you? I'm honestly asking. I'm asking everyone. I'm not here for a monologue. Although you are very clever, I have to use words you communicate through your eyes. Because you are all Siddha. Thanks to Radhanath Swami Maharaj, His grace is showering on all of you. You are all Siddhas. You need not to speak, but you can speak now. Will you take your backpack down in that chaos? No. No. But if someone does, there must be some problem with that person. That person has to be little mad. Little mad. तो कभी कभी गोपाल की मति और आई जाए. Sometimes Krishna becomes little mad. And the madness lies in this fact. He said, I wanted a Vrindavan. I wanted a Vrindavan. I didn't get it. But I will not quit. I will not quit the scene. Because the decision to come here is mine. I cannot pass it on to my ministerial council or experts committee or Bhagavad or Kalidas. I am not interested in passing the buck. I own the whole responsibility of my coming to this chaos. A theater of death all over. Simple death. He resolved what I wanted, I will get. What I wanted, I will get. But my dear, how will you get it? He said, I have been told that if you do seva, service, bhakti, they're all interchangeable terms. You can achieve anything. So through path of seva, I will set the ecological picture on its feet. You can do that. But do you have any experience of seva? The Almighty Lord of the universe, Jagannatha Swami, Tribhuvanpati, has he ever done seva? He is crowd seva with others, isn't it? He's always recipient of the seva as the Lord. Has he ever done seva? And that was the secret which Bhagavad said, Dhanyam Vrindavanam Tena. Because there is a dancer there. And dancer's name, you know, Bhakti. Dhanyam Vrindavanam Tena Bhakti Nityati Yatra Cha. The glory of Vrindavan lies in the fact because Bhakti dances in Vrindavan. And Bhakti is something which has to be danced. The Lord said, Nij na achorite, bhakti shikhano na jai. You cannot teach bhakti unless you dance, unless you sing, unless you practice. Isn't it? You all remember that. I don't remember the verse number. But Mahaprabhu said this to his community. Nijana achorine. Unless you live it, you cannot teach it. So bhakti cannot teach bhakti unless she dances. She lives it. And that's why he chose Vrindavan, because Vrindavan is the primary, the middle, the upper school, the undergraduate, the postgraduate institution of Bhakti learning. Bhakti learning. And who were the teachers? Who were the teachers? Earth, fire, air, water, and space. These were the 5 teachers of the Lord in Vrindavan for the lesson of Bhakti. All the 5 teachers gave only one lesson. Krishna, are you willing to give without expecting anything in return? This is, I've never heard this definition of love. I will love you to the degree you love me. If you hate me, I will hate you. The whole human behavior is on that. We are not talking about behavior, we are talking about the bhakti, seva. Seva is possible only if you are ready to give without expecting anything. Krishna was humble without a try. And he said the postgraduate lesson is, are you willing to give even after being hurt, insulted, violated? Are you willing to give? Will you be willing to serve? He says, Seva is like an impossible domain. You receive only the pain and you give the pleasure in return. Is it possible? Is it possible in this world? But since the teacher is saying, and Lord believed in the dictum, Agya Gurunam Avicharaniya, that the orders of the Guru cannot be questioned. If you have carefully accepted a Guru after a proper listening to all of your heart, and if the Guru is there and the Guru says, jump in this well, so first jump and then ask the Guru, why did you send me here? But first jump. If you're willing to do that, these teachers are saying, if you're willing to do that, so Lord said, I accept. Even if I am hurt, I will. But in the back of the mind, the Lord was thinking, these teachers is easy to teach, but are they practicing? Then earth laughed, the river laughed, the air laughed. This is precisely what we do all the time. They dig me, they pollute me, they hurt me to any degree, but it's still like a mother's cradle. I keep them in my godi. The Mother Earth says, I am the godi to the whole creation. And in return, what do I get? Only violation. Nothing. Then the river told Krishna, I flow. I'm very happy in my glaciers, in Gangotri and Yamunotri. But I take the pain. I get over all the obstacles of the mountain rocks and everything. And I found little pores to become a stream. And I flow to give life. And in return, what do I get? Poison. Shit. But still I continue serving and giving them life. air. Said, look at me. I am giving them life every second of their existence. Pran value, oxygen. But in return, what they are giving? Poisonous gases to me. The same story of fire. That without me, they cannot survive in the stomach or outside. They need me. Even to see, they need the fire element. Because the element of vision is fire. The sense is eye. So we are all mistreated. We are ill-treated. We are violently attacked constantly. But still we serve. We don't stop serving. 24/7 we are in the service of this creation. Lord said it is very tough. Seva is difficult. Knowledge is simple. Tapas is simple. Non-attachment is more simple. To give up something is more simple. But to take pain and give happiness in return. What is this new logic? What is this new business? He said, no, it's not a new business. It is the eternal law by which the creation has sustained itself. But people do not realize. It is functioning by default. And when things happen by default, we do not acknowledge. We do not acknowledge. So Lord graduated from the school of Bhakti with full ecological sciences embedded in his mind. And when you graduate out of the school, the previous educational system was not a commercial industry. The education was never given in exchange for monetary gains or anything. But it was always on the part of the students, the graduates, that they should take care of the Gurukul also. If the Guru has taken care of you for all these years of your making of your life, so in return, make some offering. So what offering Krishna could make? He had nothing. He did not even have his real parents. He was separated within seconds with the parents. An orphan. What can he pay back? He said, let me try. When he was, say, 4 years, 3 years, 5 years, something like that. In human terms, he put little notices in all the elementary schools of Braj area. What was the notice for? The notice was for recruitment in the environmental corps. Like Peace Corps, he wanted to raise an army of ecological workers. So, with the charm of Krishna, all the kids got together. They said, please enroll me, enroll me, enroll me. Krishna said, think seriously about it. It's a serious job. He said, yes, we want to play with you. We want to work with you. He said, it will be a lot of naughtiness in it. Are you ready? He said, yes. Kids are for what? To be naughty. We will do it. Whatever you tell, we will do it. So the orders were given by the commander-in-chief for Krishna. Next morning, all the members of the corps came and resigned. He said, if this is what Seva is, if this is what game is, if this is what Leela is, we are not interested. We are happy otherwise. He said, what happened? He said, yesterday when we came, we had a round face. And today you see, we are with a square face. And this square face is the right and left slapping of our mothers and parents. Why did you slap me? Because you gave the order, you go to your home and taste the little mud from your courtyard in front of your parents. Take a little pinch of holy dust and put it in your mouth. We did it. Krishna said, you are the lucky one. My mother Yashoda took this stick and she beat me right and left. We are all workers, warriors. We're never afraid of any physical problem. We inspired them, and the peace core or the ego core was working. And you know what happened? The Guru Dakshina to the Mother Earth was paid. With this simple act, an act of madness of eating mud. I hope there is some record of that. Is there? Krishna eating mud? Is there a record of that, or I'm just making up their stories? Okay. If Prabhu says that, then I'm all right. Otherwise, I thought I will be just swimming in my wilderness of thoughts. What happened actually? The tube light in the mind of the parents lit little late. They reprimanded. They said, we will give you chocolate, we will give you candies, we will give you lollipops. But they will not take any of this. They will taste the mud from the courtyard. Then they will reprimand, they will be angry, or they will beat them. Despite daily beating, they will continue eating the mud. So beating and eating continued. Then the parents tube light lit. Oh my God, better you keep our courtyard clean. And when all the kids reported back that their courtyards are clean, the parents are taking care of it, then the next level of instruction was go and taste the mud of the lane. ब्रज की गलियों में निकल जाओ और गलियों की मिट्टी चाटो. As soon as the news came to the parents that the kids are going to the lane, they first went to the lane and cleaned it. You see this amazing technology of madness. Tasting the mud, purified the whole thing. And the sadhu, go to a page in Journey Home, that how the sadhu was captured by FBI agents for carrying that mud of Vrindavan. Read that page in Journey Home. So the mud was clean. Planted so many that the throat of Trinavata, the tornadoes, was Gordya, Kala Gordya, strangulated. Second element taken care of. He himself drank the fire. And about the river we know. We need a whole session how he paid his debt to the river as a guru. And finally he said the most subtle pollution is the pollution of sound. So don't be confined to Eco Village for long. If over a month's stay, 2 days fine. But after a month's stay in Eco Village, you go back to Bombay, you will go into an asylum. The noise pollution will kill you for sure. If no other pollution will kill you, this deadly, unseen, and minute pollution called the noise pollution. And Lord Krishna said, I have to take it there. So he brought out his flute. He brought out his flute and filled this space, because sound resides in space. That is the quality. Sound is the quality of the element called space, Akash. And he filled that. When all the 5 gurus were paid back with full respect, with the playful leaders of this child, Vrindavan became Vrindavan. My dear, Vrindavan was there before Lord Krishna came. Lord Krishna did not create Vrindavan. But the glory to Vrindavan came only after Lord Krishna came there. And the biggest gurus have testified for it. Jayati Tedhikamu Krishna Janmana Braja Shrayata Indira Krishna Bhattari. Vrindavan was there, but all the glory, all the grandeur, and the permanent residence of Lakshmi Maharani in Vrindavan came only after you took birth. But mere taking birth in Vrindavan and Braj was not enough. What was required? Seva. And seva out of love. Seva out of love. So you can imagine the Golokpati. What is the problem in Golok? Is there any hardship? And the ultimate threat, the threat to life. In Gokul, every second there is a threat to his life. Every second there is a threat in his life. And that is the most difficult time for any creature to live and survive and play. Krishna did not give up. That's why Krishna is Krishna. That's why Bhagavad says, Ishwara Parama Krishna, or Krishnastu Bhagavan Swam. Why? The godliness does not make him the absolute God. Prabhu Jyotek Thela. Prabhu Jyotek Thela Sarvottam. The supreme Leela of the Lord is when he descends. Samanya Manushya Mahatmajam. When he works as a kid next block and he serves the mother nature and he restores the ecological system and makes Vrindavan what Vrindavan. Having done all these sevas, then he fulfilled his promise, which Brahma heard at the time of his avatar Leela. Vasudeva Grihe Sakshat Janishyate Purushah Parah. That was the Akashvani. Akashvani. Vasudeva Grihe Sakshat. The absolute being will descend in the home of Vasudeva. Excuse me. He will descend for one reason only. Tat Priyartham. To serve his Priya. So if he is Param Purusha, Janishyate Purushah Parah, then the Priya is Prakriti. And Prakriti has two meanings. Two meanings. Prakriti means the mother nature, and Prakriti means a woman. Because for a man, the Priya is a woman. And for a woman, the Premi is a man. So we all know that how he took care of the Prakriti in the natural sense. And when that happened, then only there was an occasion for Lord Krishna to serve his lordship. So Jake Adhin Sada hi Samaro. So who is Krishna? Krishna's identity, because of his seva, came to be known in this world. Everybody wants to know about Krishna. Who is Krishna? Who is Krishna? And this is a document from 16th century. When somebody was searching for Krishna, so Ved mein dhoondho Puran mein gaye. So this searcher is putting his, honestly documenting his act of searching. Ved mein dhoondho Puran mein gaye. But there was no clue. What is Krishna? Nobody could definitively explain Krishna. Whatever you explain with Krishna, more remains to be explained. The more you explain, more remains to be explained of Krishna till today. Till today. That's why Jiva Goswami Par, he put something very interesting. He said, you want to know Krishna? He said, yes. Well, it is an experience, a mystical experience of the realized soul. Vidvat Rahasya Anubhava. That is the only way to know this mystery called Krishna. Rahasya. And till today he is a Rahasya. Radhanath Swami is leading us in our journey to know who Krishna is. And we will probably one day we will know. But till now it is a Rahasya. So till now it is a Rahasya. So Ved could not, Puranas could not. And then the man says, Rasakhan Batayan Log Logai. I went to the place called Braj and Vrindavan, and I asked the people of Braj that please explain me what Krishna is. ये कृष्ण भला क्या है? किंतु रसखान बताए न लोग लोगाए. Said I did not give up. I kept searching for him. One day I was drawn with a drift of aroma, something intoxicating. I could not believe. And that aroma pulled me in its direction. Gandha. And Gandha is physical. You know, smell is the quality of earth. Gandhavati cha Prithvi. So I was drifting with that aroma, that sugandha. And it took me to a cave, a Nikunja in Vrindavan. And I looked like this, focused. What I saw was surprising and shocking. So dekho durov yah kunj kutir. I finally saw him. He was hiding deep inside a grove. What was he doing was more shocking. Dekho palotat Radhika paye. Shri Radhika Rani was resting after her dance. And this Lord of the three universe was massaging the feet of Radha. That is Radhanath. Nath in the sense of servant, not as a Lord of Radha. No one can be Lord of Radha. So Jako Pati Tribhuvan Man Manhan. So diye rahat kar. He follows Radha like a servant. Dwar ko dwariya, paur ko pauriya. What is the status of Krishna in Vrindavan? He's only a doorman and a watchman of Krishna Radharani's palace. That is the status of Radhanath. He's not a Swami. He's not a Swami. So to please her and serve her, then Vrindavan became the theater of Ras. The absolute tasting of that Akhil Rasamrita Ananda, where Ahadani and Ananda Murti both come together for tasting. And in coming together, they take a new form, new halo, new color. And that is the story for some other morning. Jai Jai Shri Radhe Radha Vrindavan Bihari Lal Ki Jai Kaliyug Pavanaavatar Shriman Mahaprabhu Ki Jai Apana Guru Maharaj Ki Jai Govardhan Dham Ki Jai Yamuna Maharani Ki Jai Vrindavan Dham Ki Jai. Today is Ekadasi, and I don't expect Gaurang Prabhu to make me fast. In Vrindavan, the rule is very simple. Dos doner khava. How many fingers? The food for 10 people. Dos doner khava, egg John. Egg kine khaya. Taholo Ekadashi. And I've heard a lot more about the cuisine of Govardhan village. So I'm not come here to die on drinking water. So please save me from that. But my ears are also craving to listen to something. Few years back, there was Ekadashi and the door slab for Madan Mohan temple was being. So please.
No. I suffer from dementia. I've forgotten it. Please. Yeah, please give the mic. जिसको भी याद है वो बताना तो पड़ेगा आज
हम पता लगाएंगे शाम की कथा में बता देंगे।
शाम की कथा में अद्भुत कुछ लीला है, अद्भुत लीला है, और वो साक्षात लीला है।
आप आए हो तो रिसर्च करना जरूरी है। बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद आचार्य। So let us express our gratitude to Srimati Goswami ji that he has taken us to another level. I have never experienced such a connection between environment and bhakti and Krishna's descent, Braj. That's why, he's one of my favorite speakers, and we always look forward to hear his different approaches to Braj and bhakti. So I was also looking around in the room and could see, many of our audience. It's a very difficult audience to impress, for your information, actually.
But I'm impressed with them.
So they were really enthralled by this amazing insights, which is not possible unless one is blessed by Brajbhumi, Vrindavan and Krishna. So let us express our gratitude to Acharya Srivastava ji by loudly chanting, Vivo! 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 And today evening at the auditorium, as usual for the parikrama which begins, request all the guests who are checked in to come to the auditorium at 4, and His Grace Abhimanyu Pran Prabhu will lead all of you to Vrindavan for a parikrama between 4 to 5 p.m. And then at 5 p.m., everybody assembles around Radhakund, Shamkund, Govardhan Giriraj to hear from the lotus lips of Shiva Super Swamiji. Again, this evening will be another angle on the meaning and understanding and insight of Govardhan and why, therefore, Radhanath Swami has named this project Govardhan Eco Village. So we look forward to our evening and we assure you that you will have feast enough for your 10 fingers. Also, today is the 60th appearance day of His Grace Madhvacharya Prabhu. So we request Madhvacharya Prabhu to come forward and accept a garland of blessings from Shivatsaji on behalf of the entire community of Chopadi, Govardhan Eco Village, Rishikesh, and ISKCON. His Grace Madhvacharya Prabhu ki. By the way, it is 60, not 16. Because by seeing him, some of you may think 16th birthday, no, 60th birthday. And both of us are about to start iOS, ISKCON Old Service. So thank you all very much. Daigor Premanande. Panchagotra Guru Vishnu Kripasan.